Good day, good day, good day, guys. I hope you had an awesome Christmas. I certainly did, because that gorgeous lunatic Jen, as per every fucking Christmas, sent me a bunch of figures, and one of the figures she sent me is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Agent Hilex. Now, who is Agent Hilex? Agent Hilex is from the IDW Real American Hero comic, and she's an interesting character because she has a really dark backstory. She was a victim of child trafficking. She was rescued by the Joes, and a lot of the Joes kind of find her spooky and weird. She has this very sixth sense that Hawk calls an organic combat and survival instinct, and essentially she is someone who is incredibly adept in situations that are incredibly dangerous. And yeah, she is a badass, to say the least. She is something very reminiscent of the G.I. Joe Extreme line back from the 90s. You've got these bright brash colors, you've got these kind of really edgy characters, but with her it works. With the IDW series it worked. And yeah, she kicks ass. But that's enough about the character. Let's have a look at the packaging. So here is Agent Hilex. On the front of the box there, you got some really nice artwork. You have a picture of the figure. You have the accessories. And flip it to the side there, another piece of artwork. You have a QR code there for info on the figure. Flip it to the back. And there's the figure. Shows all the accessories. Shows all the details. Again, really nice box. Really nice artwork. Not a windowed box, so not as collector friendly as I would like, but still really nice packaging. So with that, guys, I'm going to pause the video here, and when I come back we'll take a closer look at this figure out of the box. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. Now there is Agent Hilex and her accessories out of the packaging, so let's take a look at the figure first of all. And yeah, I really do like the sculpting on the face. Really nice detailing, really nice paintwork. I like that kind of black stripe as well going through the hair. It's very kind of cyberpunk. The aesthetic of her is very cyberpunk. Again, it lends to the whole G.I. Joe Extreme line. And while I know the character isn't from the G.I. Joe Extreme line, it is a nice throwback to that. You've got that kind of neon yellow on her garb. And nice detailing. Just going down, different pouches and bandoliers with a kind of different accents of black. Gives it a bit more of a metallic sheen. Going down, more bandoliers there and more holsters. Just really nice detail on this figure. It's cool. And again, I like the little additions. Just here you've got this pink plaster and this here as well. It's really nice detailing. Articulation wise, she has good range of movement on her head. It is impeded somewhat by her hair. There is a separate joint in the neck as well, so that lends to the range of movement. So you'll get some good posing out of that. Articulation wise on the arms, it is a wee bit tight. I'm not going to lie. It's a bit tight for my liking here. There is a range of articulation in the bicep there. There is a double hinge joint, but it is super tight. It is really, really tight. I'm not a fan of how tight that is. Now maybe with a bit of a soak in warm water you can break that out, but it is a bit too tight for my liking. Range of motion in the torso there, it's a bit tight. Again, maybe kind of hot water treatment might break it out. Moving down, she can do the splits fairly well. There is a nice range of movement in the ball socket at the thigh. Going down here, you have more of a double hinge joint. A lot smoother than the arms, I will give it that. It is a lot smoother than the double hinge joint at the elbow. Obviously you have the lower leg and thigh swivel here, and there is a pivot at the joint. Nicely constructed. my only criticism is the tightness of the elbow here. Again, you have a double hinge joint and I worry that will snap. But all in all, nicely constructed figure. Just the double hinge joint at the arms lets it down somewhat. Accessory wise, she does come with a host of accessories. First off being these two katanas and a sheath, a dual sheath that can go onto her back for said katanas there. So there is the sheath and there is a peg in her back that they can go into, and you peg it on like so, and yeah, the katanas can go in there very easily. Again, I really get the G.I. Joe Extreme look off these because you got the yellow handles and the black blade. Again, not the most practical, but it pops and it gives the figure a bit of definition and a lot more personality. Other weapons she comes with these dual pistols, and they have extended mags. There is also an opening in the barrel, so I'm fairly sure you can use other standard G.I. Joe muzzle effects and flash effects on them. She has holsters on her hips for these, and they go in. There is a bit of a struggle getting them in there, but they do go in. Also, they can fit into her hand, they just need a bit of prompting because her grip is very small. That's another criticism I'm going to give. The grip on the hand is a bit kind of too tight for my liking. The pistol isn't as smoothly put into her hand as say the katanas. So yeah, you do have to struggle a bit getting them into her hand, but when you do, it does look good. She does look good holding the pistol there. So yeah, they can go into her holsters on either side of her thighs there. So I'll just put the other one in here as well. Again, it's a bit tight getting them in to both the hands and the holsters, but you know, they still look good. They still have a nice design. The next accessory she comes with is this Karuki blade. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's kind of like an Indian knife or dagger. And yeah, it's a nice design. I'll just fit it into her hand here as well to show you how she holds it. And again, that goes in much easier than the pistols. But yeah, it's nice. One thing I would have given her as well is an extra set of hands. I think that's something that Marvel Legends have over the G.I. Joe Classifieds, that you get more hands. So if one accessory doesn't suit a particular gripping hand, you have another gripping hand that'll work with that accessory. And lastly, she comes with these. Now, I'm not a fan of these. They're supposed to be this kind of real advanced tech blade that's attached to her wrists, but they look like a cross between window wipers and fucking crutches, if you ask me. I think it's silly. Now, again, it probably works in the pretense of a comic, but I don't know, I just don't like them. They do clip onto her hands, like so she can deploy them easily, but I think they just look like fucking window wipers in a car. I think they look more silly than cool. I don't know, that's just me though. What do you guys think? I'll just give you a closer look at them. Again, it's like someone fucking mounted a window wiper onto a crutch. It does, it looks like fucking window wipers attached to a crutch. I'll just put the other one on here as well. But yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I just think they look a bit goofy. I don't know. They remind me of when McFarlane put those massive fucking blades onto the AVP Predators. They just look goofy. I don't think I will ever displayer with these. They again, it's like crutches. It's like she has bladed crutches. It's like some bastard took off a poor child's crutches and replaced them with car window wipers. I don't know. She's a pretty cool figure. I think these look stupid, but the rest of the stuff is cool. The pistols are a bit of a struggle to get into the hands and the holster, and there is an issue with the double hinge joint here. Again, that could be worked out with either hairdryer or a hot water dip. But yeah, still, nice figure, nice design, nice kind of colour scheme. And yeah, all in all, cool looking figure. I just think these look goofy as fuck though. But yeah guys, I'm going to pause the video here, and when I come back, I am going to compare Agent Hilex to some other figures in the line. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. And we are back, and there is Agent Hilex in my alleyway. So let's put her next to another female figure from the line. Let's put her next to a Cobra Valkyrie. And yeah, they scale up nearly the same height. I think Hilex has a slight, and I do mean a slight, bit of a height advantage over her. But yeah, they scale up really well together. There is nothing worse than when you have figures with too much varying scales. That's something that drives me nuts about Marvel Legends, when Wolverine is the same size as Storm, or where Colossus is the same size as Punisher. That bugs me. But no, these scale up fairly accurately. And let's put her next to another member of the Joes. And let's put her next to Snake Eyes. And yeah, that scaling is right as well, because Snake Eyes is not a tall dude. But yeah, she's a wicked figure. I like the design, I like the aesthetic. My only drawbacks are the elbows. The double hinge joint is super fucking tight. As I said before, maybe the hairdryer might knock that out, or maybe warm water might loosen that out. But for a figure like this, and for how long Hasbro have been doing that line, this is a quality control issue that should have been knocked out ages ago. But still, it's minor. It's a minor gripe. The only other thing is the hands are a bit tough trying to get some of the accessories into, particularly the pistols. The pistols have issues getting into the holster and the hands. Maybe it's another thing for the warm water dip. We'll see. But by and large, it's a cool figure. I like the kind of cyberpunk aesthetic. I think she's a cool character. I haven't read all the IDW comics she's in, but what I've seen her in, she is badass. And yeah, this figure does do her justice. But yeah guys, what do you think of the Agent Hilex figure? And who is your favourite female member of G.I. Joe? Or who is your favourite female Cobra? Let me know in the comments below. My name's Martin, this has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, I hope you're having an awesome fucking Christmas. Take care, bye now. I remember